right, high advanced precalculus. I went ahead and made an executive decision to go ahead and do these notes on video just to preserve class time. And that way you can pause and rewind and this, that, and the other. So hopefully you can see it okay. We're going to go and get started with the ones that we did not do in class. And so we're at this first one, give a point P in the unit circle that corresponds with over T. Find the exact values of the 6 trig functions. Okay, and once again, I'm giving you permission to not rationalize on these, but on the test, please do so. Okay, so 1/2 negative root 3 over 2. That is going to be right and down. So we are here. Okay, and so you would want to list that point. Okay, and so this is going to be the reference angle here is going to be locked to the x-axis right there. Okay, so the 6 trig functions, and you could even go over here. Sine of t, cosine of t, tan of t. So let's do those first, and then we'll reciprocate. So remember, cosine is your x value. Sine is your y value. And then tangent is going to be your sine over cosine. So you could go ahead and build your triangle here if you like. Or you could, you know, if you do the negative 3/2 over 2 over 1/2. Think about what happens when you flip and multiply. This is just going to be root 3 over 2 times 2 over 1. And so tangent there is just going to be that root 3. Okay, so anytime you have a fraction over fraction, the denominators match in this complex fraction, these fractions, those 2's will cancel. Okay, so this value here is just basically negative root 3 over 1. I should have made that negative, so the whole thing comes out negative. So this is just negative root 3. Okay, I'm going to erase all that just so I have room. So once again, I could just grab that from here, negative root 3 over 1, which is negative root 3. Did you guys see my pen erase? These are my pens that erase, and they are my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Okay, they're awesome. All right, so, and then we're just going to reciprocate. So cosecant of t, giving you permission not to rationalize. Secant of t is 2, and cotangent of t is negative 1 over root 3. All right, so, and we did this one in class. This one we did in class. So let me autofocus here a little better. Okay, so we did this in class. Okay, moving on. All right, so yay, these, we only have to do 3 of the trig functions. Find the exact value of sine, cosine, and tangent of the angle number without using a calculator or looking at the chart. Include a sketch. Identify the reference angle and the corresponding ordered pair. Okay, so 3 pi over 4. Again, if you want to do a quick degree, you can. So 4 is going to go into 180. You know, you're going to end up getting this when you do the canceling. You're going to end up getting this 135. Okay, so 4 is going to go into there 45 times. 45 times 3 is this, 135. And that gets, you know, you in degree. That degree of 135 gets you into quadrant 2. You guys are going to need to do that with your over 4s. They just go odds. Pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, 9 pi over 4, so on and so forth. So this is your 3 pi over 4, and that's your reference. Okay, so anytime you're in a over 4, you could draw your special right, but over 4s are easy. This is your 45, 45, 90, right? This is just your 1, 1, root 2. And so sine of either one, whichever is your reference angle, is going to be 1 over root 2, which is root 2 over 2. Oh, that's not the blank. Root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2, and tangent, of course, is 1. Okay, so 3 over 4, 3 pi over 4. Okay, next one. 3 pi over 2. That's on the y-axis right there. So that's 3 pi over 2. Let's write that ordered pair. That's 0, -1. Sine is y, cosine is x, and tangent is -1 over 0, which is undefined. Okay, that one's easy. 5 pi is easy as well. I talked about this in class a little bit. So we're just going to go, this is 0, this is pi, and this is 2 pi. Okay, so pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi. So this is the point -1, 0. Sine is y, cosine is x, tangent is sine over cosine. There you are. Okay, next one, -pi/6. Okay, so this is just a negative angle here. -pi/6. Okay, and that has a reference. I'll just put the reference angle here instead. pi/6. That's the reference angle. So it says to either give its reference angle and the corresponding ordered pair. So I need to put the ordered pair here. Have I done that on all the other ones? Yes, I have. Oh, no, I didn't here. Sorry. Let's put the ordered pair. That is -√2 over 2, √2 over 2. Okay, so ordered pair here. Okay, so how do I figure this out quickly? So, I know that this is a 30-degree angle, and I've chosen to remember that the cosine of 60 is 1/2. If this is 30, then the cosine of that is √3 over 2. Okay, and then the sine goes, those guys go together in an ordered pair, and we are right and down, so this is negative. Okay. Okay, so there we go, -1/2, positive √3 over 2, and then use our tangent trick. So since this is 6, this will be the fraction that involves 2 3s that add to 6. It's just a trick. And then that's negative. Okay, we did this in class. All right, -17 pi over 4. You could just loop it, or you could, well, we haven't really done the adding or subtracting for the reference. I'm just going to loop it. Okay, here we go. So we got 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. So here we are. Okay, so this reference angle is, once again, pi over 4. And let's put a point. Those are easy. √2 over 2, √2 over 2. And I'm right and down, so that point is there. Okay, and let's see. Let's fill in these angles. Oh, pi. I'm on screen. Yes, -17 pi over 4. Okay, so √2 over 2, √2 over 2, 1, and I'm in quadrant 4, so sine and tangent are negative there in quadrant 4. Okay, so those are those prompts. Hopefully that's clearing things up a little bit. Let's pop up to the top here. Okay, let's go to these. Okay. All right. So this is missing. That is just showing that this has been rationalized from that. Given theta is an angle in standard position whose terminal side lies in the given quadrant, find the remaining 5 trig values, include a sketch. For these examples, after you find the reference angle, draw and use a reference triangle. All right. So we're in quad 3. Okay, we're in quad 3. My angle's theta. Okay, so knowing that this came from here, this is going to be -1, and this is going to be our √2 here. -1 over, this is going to be there, and this is going to be also -1. All right, so just know it. You could. How did I know that? I mean, I know this is comes from the pi over 4s, right? If you needed to use the Pythagorean theorem, you certainly could define this. You could say a -1 squared plus this x squared equals √2 squared, which is 1 plus x squared, which is right there is just 2. So subtract that, x squared is 1, x is plus or minus 1. And since we're in quadrant 3, it would be -1 because it's left. So, otherwise, or you just kind of know that's the 45, 90, the pi over 4 there. All right, so my values then are √2 over 2, 1. All right, this is negative because tangent's positive in quad 3. Let's do that. Let's reciprocate that. That's super easy. And then the reciprocals here just be this, √2 over -1 and √2 over -1. So these are just going to be -√2 and -2. All right. Cosine is -1/2 in quad 2. So quad 2, it asked me to draw this. Theta, cosine is -1. That's 2. Okay, so certainly we know this is a nice special right here. We can easily see that that's going to be our √3 right here. Okay, that's that's 30, 60, 90 right there. All right, so cosine is -1/2. Cosine is x, so sine is the one that partners with 1/2. That's √3 over 2. It's positive. So, what kind of angle is this? Well, across from there is the bigger side. So in terms of a 30 or 60, this is a 60. I choose to remember the cosine of a 60 is 1/2. I know I'm in a pi over 3 situation. So for a reference angle, you could even do, since it's theta, say theta prime, a pi over 3 situation. So why am I doing that? Just so I can use my shortcut with tangent. Okay, and negative. So cosecant, let's reciprocate. Secant, let's reciprocate this guy. And then cotangent, √3 over 3. That's just here. Reciprocated, of course, that would be, -1 over √3, but I kind of know how that shakes out. So I rationalized it just because I know that, if the tangent is this 3, then the cotangent will be the one with the 2 3s in it. All right. Secant is √3 in quad 4. Okay, I'm kind of sideways here. Let's see what I can do about that. All right, so quad 4. There's that. Okay, so secant is the reciprocal for cosine. So secant is going to be h over a. Okay, so this is 1. This is √3. So we know this special right. Also, no, we don't. Sorry. So this is going to be something different. It almost tricked me. I almost was going to put 2 here, but that wouldn't make sense because the longest side has to be on the hypotenuse. So be careful. Don't be like me and almost get tricked. So here's this. We're going to have to use the Pythag here. √3 squared plus y squared equals 1 squared. 3 plus y squared equals 1. Y squared here. √3 plus y squared equals 1 squared. What am I doing? Shoot. Step. All right. Scratch that. I'm not going to edit the video. I'm not going to do the video again. You're just going to have to deal with my craziness. Okay, so there's that. This is √3. There we go. And 1. Okay, better. Still don't want to put 2 here because that's not how it works. It still could have tricked me. I wanted to put a 2 here, but in order for this to work, a 2 has to be in the hypotenuse. So do have to use the Pythag. And the good news, with math is when you do something like I was just doing and I made a mistake, kind of a teachable moment here, that I was about to get a negative number, right? And I'm trying to take the square root of a negative number where I messed up. And that's going to be imaginary, and that's not going to occur. So I was able to pause and say, I have done something wrong. Let me reset. So, when you get something weird, just don't say, oh, well, I guess it's weird, and go forward. Just stop and say, wow, I think I may have messed up. And so certainly me getting that negative value was a good thing because it made me realize that I had messed up. All right, so there we are, and this is √2. That's plus or minus, and so I got to decide if it's going to be the plus or minus depending on the quadrant. And since I'm in quad 4, that's certainly a negative value. All right. So, wow, don't have a lot of room here to write all these. So there's secant. Let's do sine here. Sine of theta is going to be negative root 2 over root 3. Cosine is going to be, let's just reciprocate that, 1 over root 3. Tangent here is going to be negative root 2. I got my secant, so let's do cosecant is going to be negative root 3 over root 2. Got my secant, and then the cotangent of theta will be negative 1 over root 2. Okay, let's go. We did this one in class. Let's go to the next one. Sorry, I tried to write by looking at my screen. That was not too great. Did that one in class. Here we go, quad 4. All right, so sine is going to, ooh, I like this one. This is going to be 5 and negative 4. And why do I like this one? Triple. That's a triple. 3, 4, 5 is a triple. Okay, so here we go. Cosine here is going to be 3 over 5. Positive in quad 4. Let's go ahead and flip that. Sine is given, so let's go ahead and flip that. And then tangent is going to be opposite over adjacent and reciprocate it. So that one was easy. D is a triple and E is a triple. I like triples. Okay, and then last but not least, quad 2. Quad 2, theta, cosine, adjacent, hypotenuse. We're going to Pythag here. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do that. Reciprocate that. And let's use our Pythag. So this is y. So y squared plus negative 2 squared equals 3 squared. Y squared equals 9. This is going to be 4 minus 4. Y squared is root 5. And so plus or minus, or sorry, it's 5. I got ahead of myself. I'll just do that. So that's going to be plus or minus. And which one's it going to be? It's going to be plus because we're up. So this is root 5. All right. So sine then is going to be root 5 over 3. Tangent is going to be root 5 over negative 2. So I'll put the negative in front if that's okay. Cosecant is going to be the reciprocal of sine. So 3 over root 5. That was given. And then cotangent is going to be negative 2 over root 5. Okay, so there is that super long page gone over with a video. All right, so we will pick up on this page when I see you guys again. All right, take care, folks. See you later.